It's been a year, but I'm finally ready to try and do this again. What's up, beast people? Titos here, and welcome to the introduction of the Pokémon HeartGold Egglocke. So this is gonna be the brand new Pokémon Let's Play. It's been a little bit since I did the last one, which was Pokémon X Wonderlock, and since there was an Egglocke, it's been a year now, and last year we did Soul Silver, so now I'm gonna tackle on HeartGold because I just love 4th gen, and the 2nd gen remakes are the best. Honestly, they are the best. So we're gonna tackle HeartGold. Hopefully on this one I will not lose, okay? Let's hope this will not happen. I still need to win an Egglocke. God damn it. So yeah, this is gonna be a really crazy Egglocke, guys. Like, this is gonna be the craziest and the most hype and the most intense Egglocke on YouTube at the moment, okay? Like, you guys cannot miss out. So, pretty much, on this Egglocke, you guys already know there's a few rules and there's a way to send eggs, because I will need you guys to send me eggs so we can do this together, okay? I need you guys to come through with the support and, of course, send some eggs so we can actually take on this challenge and hopefully beat it. So yeah, now start off with, of course, I'm gonna explain to you guys the rules, and then I'll proceed to explain to you guys how to create the eggs and how to send them to me, in case you don't know. So just pay attention to the explanations that will be coming through, and right after you can start doing your eggs and send them over, and you should be fine. So yeah, just close attention to the whole explanation. So let's freaking do this. So for the rules, as you guys can see, of course it's pretty basic. So if you already watch a lot of Pokemon content on YouTube, you should already know what is an Egglocke. So pretty much for the Egglocke rules, if a Pokemon faints, it will be considered dead and must be boxed permanently. That's basic for every Nuzlocke. And of course, second rule would be that you can only catch the first encounter of each location in the game, and after doing so, you must exchange the catched Pokemon for a random egg at the PC. That way is where you guys' eggs that will be sending over to this series are gonna be implemented into the series, and this is how it works basically. So I will need you guys' help to be able to get good Pokemons and good teams and be able to beat this challenging game. Which, by the way, I totally forgot to mention, but this is gonna be randomized. It's not just regular HeartGold, it will be randomized, and you can expect some crazy shenanigans to go down on this series. And of course, as for the egg rules, this applies to the eggs that you will be sending to me. Each person can send up to 5 eggs max. That is the max of eggs that I'm accepting per person, so please do not send more, so it's not a lot of eggs that will be unusable. So 5 eggs is the max you can do, and of course these eggs will be all mixed on the PC, so they'll be placed on random order, so it's not in a row 5 eggs of the same person. So it'll be mixed in, and it'll be totally random, the eggs that will be hatching during the gameplay. So everyone has the same luck of getting their eggs hatched and used. Now, of course, second rule, and it's pretty obvious, it is that you cannot send any legendaries or anything illegal. Per se, Water Gun Charmander. Like, it cannot learn a Water Gun, so do not send that to me, because of course that is illegal. Now, other little details like Pokeballs or even the location, it doesn't really matter. As long as it works for the game, it'll be fine. I just don't want anything broken out of the Pokemon itself that could affect the mechanics of the battles. For example, having more EVs or IVs than the normal, or having high stats, or any broken moves. Like I said, Water Gun Charmander, that would be insane. So that's pretty much the rules for the Egglocke. Now, I'm gonna proceed to explain to you guys how to do the eggs and send them to me. So the way for you guys to go ahead and send me the eggs, you will need what is called Pokégen, which you can download down below from the description. There's a link down there, there's no viruses or anything, so you can just go ahead, click on it, and you download that file. After you download it, you will need to extract it, and what you will get is a file with this little icon that's right here with the great ball, And if you open it, this is what will pop up, this little window here. And this is where you're going to be able to create the eggs. Now, to start off, after you open it, first thing that you're going to do, you go to Options, Target Game, and you're going to select HeartGold, Soul Silver, because that way you'll make sure that the files will be compatible with that game. Now, after you set that to HeartGold, Soul Silver, first thing you're going to do is on the main tab, you're going to start creating the Pokemon that you want to send me. Now, here on the species is where you're going to put the Pokemon that you want to generate, but make sure it's not an evolved Pokemon because, again, it's an Egglocke. It wouldn't really make sense to have a freaking Charmeleon or a Charizard if that can't really come out of an egg. So what you're gonna do, or at least that's the example I'm gonna give you guys right here, I'm gonna put Charmander right there, and that's the Pokemon I want to create. Now here you put the nickname that you want for it. For example, I'm just gonna put Lizardon, as you guys can see, and I'm gonna tick this little box here to make sure that the nickname is going to be given to the Pokemon. Now here, experience, you're gonna leave it at 0, and level 1, of course. Now the nature, it's up to you as well. As you guys can see, a list pops up explaining what each nature can do. And for example, let's say I want to make this Charmander kind of based on Charizard X, because that's my mascot, of course. So I would go ahead and instead of Adamant, I'm gonna give it a Jolly, just so you can get that speed boost, but lowering special attack. So that would be Jolly. And held item, you can give your Pokemon a held item. For example, to mine, I'm gonna give it a Choice Band, and that will work because that will boost physical attacks, so that's a decent item there. Why not? Now, happiness, you're gonna leave it to 0, that way I can hatch the eggs faster. So do not change this, because then the eggs will take forever to hatch. Now, abilities, this is where Cerebi.net comes in. As you guys can see over here on the side, I have Cerebi.net open. I would recommend checking out this page. So you just need to go to Diamond and Pearl, HeartGold, Soul Silver, Pokédex over here, as you guys can see. And then you would need to go to your Pokemon page, or the Pokemon that you're creating, and go to its page. And this case, I'm doing Charmander, so I open the Charmander on Gen 4 Pokédex. And you will need to check what abilities that Pokemon can have in case you don't know it. So for example, Charmander can only have Blaze on Generation 4. So on ability, I will only go ahead and put Blaze. That's the only ability it can have, so I'm only gonna give it Blaze. I cannot give anything else, because remember, if you give it anything else, then it will be illegal. Now, country does not matter, and origin does not matter either as well. These you can leave them as it is, or you can go ahead and click HeartGold on this one, I guess. And Shiny Leaf, it's up to you as well if you want to send it with Shiny Leaves on it. That's a cool touch, I guess. I'm gonna give it a crown, because why not? If not, you can just leave it as it is as well. It's no problem, really up to you. Gender, up to you as well. You can put it male or female, really up to you as well. There's Pokemon that will not have a gender, so keep that in mind. If you try to do maybe a Rotom, or if you try to do a Beldum, those will not have gender. I believe Beldum doesn't have a gender. Either way, egg. You need to tick this. Important. Tick that. Make sure it's an egg. Now, Pokerus, you can give it Pokerus as well if you want to help me out with the EV training. You can just select any number from this one. That will just confirm that if it's 0, it doesn't have. If it has any other number, it will have Pokerus. And here is where you can select how long it will last. From 0 to 15. 15 the max, 0 being the minimum. So you can set whatever time you want for the Pokerus to last, and that Pokemon will come with Pokerus, which will help a lot as well if you want to do it. Now, if you want it to be shiny, you would just tick this box, but the problem is, most Pokemons, when I hatch them, they are shiny, but then they lose the shiny color to them. So do not expect this to work, honestly. I don't know why that happens, but you can tick it, and hopefully maybe to some it will work. So you can try that out on your own and tick it and send it to me and see if we got lucky or not. Now, you go to the Map tab here. It doesn't really matter anything. Just make sure that this is level 1 and choose a Pokeball of your liking. It does not matter what Pokeball it is. Just choose the Pokeball of your liking. In this case, I'm gonna keep the Cherish Ball because it's red and it looks cool. So that's all you need to do, and make sure that this here is ticked as well as egg, and that is pretty much it. That's all you need to do here. You go to the stats, and over here you have the IVs and EVs. Now, IVs, you can go and just randomize them. give random IVs to it, and that'll be just like any other Pokemon. Or you can go ahead and change it yourself from 0 to 31, 31 being the best potential for that stat, and maybe give me stats that you think that are more adequate to it. But if you don't really mind, then you just randomize IVs and you should be good to go. EVs, do not touch it, because EVs will change throughout the game as I battle and the Pokemon levels up. So unless you want to give me already a fully trained Pokemon, you do not want to change this. So just leave it at zeros and do not even randomize them. So leave it at 0 and just change the IVs. Then you go to attacks, and here again, Cerebi.net, it's gonna be needed, or any other page with this info, and you will need to go down to the egg moves. This is where you're gonna go down to the egg moves. As you guys can see here, here's the egg moves list, and you can give any of these egg moves to that Pokemon. Now, you can give it the basic moves that it gets as well, which you can check at the top of each move list. For example, here, it doesn't have a level for Scratch and Growl. Those would be the two basic moves. If you want to just give it the basic moves, that's what it would get. But if you want to edit the moves yourself and give me some more exclusive moves to it, you can go ahead and click on the egg moves, and here you can choose 4 moves for it. For example, let's say Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz would work. Dragon Dance, very good for the physical set that I'm doing. There's a Crunch, which is good for coverage, not bad at all. And there's a Metal Claw, which would work as well for the rock types. Just a little example there. That's a move set that you can give to this Pokemon. There's the PP ups as well. You can give it max PP ups if you want all the moves to be usable for longer, and it will help as well. You can give the max to everything, and that way these moves will be more usable throughout the Let's Play as well. This will help me as well. So that's all up to you there. And then on the last tab, OT and miscellaneous, you don't need to change anything. This, just leave it as it is. You don't need to change anything here. So pretty much at this point you are done with the Pokemon. It's already done. Now what you would need to do is right click on one of these boxes. This is pretty much the PC box, and you would right click on it and you would click set, and that's your egg right there. Done. It is totally done. Now what you would do is you would go to file and save Pokemon from tabs. Always do this, okay? Save Pokemon from tabs, and this little window would pop up, and basically after this window pops up, you can see here that you can save your PKM file. This is the Pokemon file. Now do not put the Pokemon name on it, of course, because that would spoil it. So you can put the nickname, for example, Lizardon. I'll put it there, the nickname. Now if the nickname is too obvious, then you can put anything else. Honestly, Egg 1, Egg 2, you can name them like that if you want. So it's no problem. As long as I do not identify it through the file, that will be fine. So I'm gonna just click save, and that will be my Pokemon file right here. As you guys can see, I have this file. And this is what you're gonna grab and send it to me through email. And you're gonna send it to the email that's gonna pop up on the screen right now at the bottom. You should be able to see TitosEgglock@gmail.com. That's where I'm gonna be receiving all the eggs. And make sure the title of the email, it's called HeartGold Egglocke, so that I know that the egg you're sending, it's for the HeartGold Egglocke. So that's pretty much all you have to do. It's really easy. Now for doing other eggs, as soon as you are done saving this one, you would go ahead, change the info here to another Pokemon, like for example Squirtle. I want this to be a Squirtle now. Let's put Squirtle. Let's call it Kamex. That's the Japanese name, I believe it is. And you would tick this box again. Change the nature of it, of course, the item, if you want to give another item, the gender, and pretty much you change the stats as well, and the moves. Do not forget to change the moves. You would need to go ahead and go here to Squirtle page on Cerebi.net. For example, if I go over here, and there's Squirtle. And bam, there it is. You get all the Squirtle information. It can only have torrent, and you go down to the egg moves. And pretty much the egg moves you can learn are these over here. And you would select 4 moves and give it to him. And then you would just right click again and set. You can always do it on another box. You can set it there. And then if you want to save each one of them, you can always just right-click and view data, and it will change. You see here? It changed, because I viewed data this one, and if I view data of that one, it will go back to Squirtle. And then you just go to File, and Save from Tabs. It's really easy. So, that's all you have to do. Just send it to the email, and that's it. You're done. And you already helped out with the Egglocke. And that's pretty much it for the whole explanation. Hope you guys understood it. If you need any other help, let me know in the comments down below as well. And the series will be starting in a week. So that will start the 17th of May. You guys can see it right at the bottom of the screen. 17th of May is when the first episode will go up. So make sure until then you've sent your 5 eggs so that you have more chances of maybe being picked. I'm not sure honestly, because it will be totally random again, but eggs will be placed in an order of random and they will be picked at random as well, so everyone has the same chances of getting the eggs picked. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed and hope you guys are hyped for this new series. This is gonna be insane, so make sure you stay tuned to it and you watch everything. So if you're hyped for this, you already know, fire punch the like button down below, and I will catch you guys on the next one. So until then, stay beast. See ya.